This video is about writing slope-intercept form of the line, finding slope of the line, passing through the pair of points, using slopes to identify parallel and perpendicular lines. What is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line? The slope-intercept form of the equation of line is y equals to mx plus b, where m is the slope and 0, b is the y-intercept. Here is in the picture, so here the slope is less than 0, and that's the y-intercept. Example 1. Find the slope and y-intercept of the line, whose equation is 3x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0, and sketch the linear equation. So let's solve 3x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0 for y. 3x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0. Move 3x minus 4 to the right. Then we have a 2y left on the left side. You have a 3x become negative 3x, negative 4 become positive 4. Now we divide each side by 2. So we have 2y over 2 equals to negative 3x over 2 plus 4 over 2. Simplify. We get from here 2 cancels. We get y. This should be negative 3 over 2x plus 4 over 2 becomes 2. So the slope is m equal to negative 3 half. And y-intercept is 0, 2. So now we have a slope, negative 3 half, and y-intercept is 0, 2. So first we draw the xy plane, and then locate the point 0, 2, and it's right here. Now we use the slope. Negative 3 means you go 3 units down and 2 units to the right and mark point the second point. And when we connect these 2 points, and we get the equation and the graph of the line, equation of line. Example 2, we're going to find the slope of the line through 2 points. So here the points are negative 2, negative 3, and 6, 1. So let x1, y1 is equal to negative 2, negative 3. Then x1 equals to negative 2 and y1 equals to negative 3. And let x2, y2 is equal to 6, y. Then x sub 2 is equal to 6 and y sub 2 is equal to 1. Now the formula for the slope is m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now we can substitute y2 equals to 1 minus y1 is negative 3 over x2 is 6 and x1 is negative 2. Now we simplify this, become 1 plus 3 and it becomes 6 plus 2. 1 plus 3 is 4, 6 plus 2 is 8. And now we can divide 4 and 8 by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 divided into 8 is 2. So the slope is 1 over 2. Example 3. So we're going to find the slope intercept form of the equation of the line that has the slope m equal to negative 3 and it passes through the point 2, negative 4. So m is negative 3 and 2, negative 4 means x is 2 and y equals to negative 4. Now we start with the slope intercept form of equation of line y equals to mx plus b. Now we substitute this slope m equal to negative 3. The equation becomes y equal to negative 3x plus b. Now we find the value of b. To find the value of b, we'll use this point to negative 4. And from this point, x is 2 and y equals to negative 4. So we use the last equation y equal to negative 3x plus b. Now we substitute x equals to 2 and y equals to negative 4. So the equation becomes negative 4 equals to negative 3 times 2 plus b. We can simplify, so negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 and negative 4 is negative 4 plus b. Now to isolate b, we move the negative 6 to the left side. So you get negative 4 plus 6 and negative 4 plus 6 is 2, so the b is 2. So rewrite the previous equation. Y equals to negative 3x plus b. The value of b we just found, b equal to 2, we substitute in this equation. Equation becomes y equals to negative 3x plus 2. So now the slope is m equal to negative 3 and y-intercept is 0, comma, this 2. So first we plot and the y-intercept 0 to here, and then they use the slope. Negative 3 is equal to negative 3 over 1. This means you go 3 units down and 1 unit to the right and get the new point and then connect these 2 points through a line and extend both sides. And that will be the graph of the equation of line y equals to negative 3x plus 2. Example 4. Find an equation of a line passing through the pair of points 1, comma, negative 3 and negative 4, comma, 2. Let x1, comma, y1 equal to 1, negative 3. Then x1 is 1 and y1 is negative 3. And let x sub 2, comma, y sub 2 equal to negative 4, comma, 2. Then x sub 2 is negative 4 and y sub 2 is 2. Now step 1, find the slope. And the formula for the slope is m equals to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now we substitute y sub 2 equals to 2, y sub 1 is minus 3, and x sub 2 is negative 4, and x sub 1 is 1, and the slope becomes 2, negative, negative 3 over negative 4, negative 1. Now we simplify negative, negative 3, so this becomes 2 plus 3 and negative 4 minus 1. Now simplify 2 plus 3 and negative 1 minus 4. 2 plus 3 becomes 5 and negative 4. Subtract 1 be negative 5. Cancel out, you get negative 1. So slope is negative 1. Now we are going to use this slope and one of first point and write the equation of line. So step 2, write the slope-intercept form y equals to mx plus b. Now we substitute m equal to negative 1. So this becomes y equals to negative 1x plus b. Let's call this equation number 1. Now from the point 1, comma, negative 3, we substitute x equal to 1 and y equal to negative 3 in this equation number 1. So this become y become negative 3, negative 1 times x is 1 plus b. Now we simplify negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 and then move the negative 1 to the left side, so we become negative 3 plus 1 equals to b. Simplify and b is equal to negative 2. Now we substitute b equal to negative 2. Equation number 1, y equals to negative 1x plus b. So this equation becomes y equals to negative x, because 1 times x is x. So minus x and b is negative. So that's the slope-intercept form of the equation we are looking for. What are parallel and perpendicular lines? These lines are parallel, like a railway lines. These lines are parallel when the slopes, they have same slant, so the slopes are equal. Perpendicular lines, they make 90 degrees angle if this line has a slope of m1 and this line has a slope of m2. If they're perpendicular, then one is the negative reciprocal of the other. So you can see m1 will be negative 1 over m sub 2. Or when you multiply these slopes, the answer should be what? Negative 1. Then two lines are perpendicular. If the slopes are equal, then we say the lines are parallel. So here is the example 6, parallel or perpendicular. So we'll give a line L1 is y equal to negative 2/3 x plus 5. Line 2 is y equal to 2/5, 3/2 times x minus 2. So let's start with L1. Y equals to negative 2/3 x plus 5. So the slope of this line, let's call M1. with negative 2/3. Now second equation, L sub 2, y equal to 3 over 2, x minus 2. The lines are perpendicular. To identify the slope of the line L2. So the slope of line L2 is M2 is 3/2. Now we compare these slopes. You can see M1 is negative 2/3 and M2 is 3 over 2. We compare these slopes. M1 is not equal to M2. Lines are not parallel. Multiply the slopes. M1 times M2 will become negative 2/3 times 3 over 2. Negative 2 times negative 6 over 1 times 2 is 6. Negative 6 over 6 is negative 1. Lines are perpendicular. Example 7. Parallel or perpendicular. Determine whether the lines are parallel or perpendicular. Line L1 equal to y equal to minus 2/3 of x plus 5. Line L2 is y equal to negative 3 over 2 times x minus 2. Let's write down L1 equals to, line L1 is y equals to negative 2/3 times x plus 5. Identify the slope of this line L1, which is M1 equal to negative 2/3. Write down L2, y equal to negative 3/2 x minus 2. Now we identify the slope of this line L2, and the slope is M sub 2 equal to negative 3 over 2. Now we compare this slope with this slope. So they looks like they are not equal. See, M1 is not equal to M2. So we can say lines are not parallel. Now we multiply the slopes M1 times M2. So M1 is negative 2/3 and M2 is negative 3/2. So they become positive 6 over 6, which is 1. So lines are not perpendicular. So the answer will be what? Lines are neither. So here's an example 8. We find an equation of line parallel to the line 3x minus 2y equal to 6 that pass through the given point 1, 2. Now first we solve the equation 3x minus 2y equal to 6 for y to find the slope. So we move the 3x to the right as minus 3x. So you're left with negative 2y equals to minus 3x plus 6. Now we divide by negative 2. So this becomes negative 2y over negative 2 equals to negative 3x over negative 2 plus 6 over negative 2. Simplify negative 2 cancel, gives you y. This becomes positive 3 over 2x, and this one 6 over negative 2 is negative 3. So the slope is 3/2. So that's the slope we want. Okay, now the lines are. Now any line parallel to the given line has a slope as m equal to 3/2. Now use the given point 1, 2 and the slope m equal to 3/2. To write the slope-intercept form of the equation of line y equals to mx plus b. Now substitute the slope m equal to 3/2. The equation becomes y equal to 3 over 2x plus b. Let's call equation 1. Substitute the x equal to 1 and y equals to 2. So the equation becomes 2 equals to 3 over 2 times 1 plus b. Now simplify. This 3 over 2 times 1 will be 3/2 plus b and 2 on the left side. Now move the 3/2 to the left side. You have 2 minus 3 over 2 equals to b. Now rewrite 2 as 4 over 2. So it becomes, we have a 4 over 2 minus 3/2 equals to b. Now we subtract. So b equals to 1/2. Now we rewrite equation 1, y equals to 3 over 2 times x plus b. Now we substitute b equals to 1/2. So this equation becomes y equals to 3 over 2x plus 1/2. And that's the equation of line parallel to the given line. Example 9. Find the equation of line perpendicular to line 3x minus 2y equals 6 through the point 1, 2. So let's solve 3x minus 2y equals 6 for y. Move the 3x to the right side as minus 3x. So we have minus 2y equals to minus 3x plus 6. Now we divide by negative 2. So we have negative 2y over negative 2 equals to negative 3x over negative 2 plus 6 over negative 2. Simplifying, this becomes y equals 3 over 2x minus 3. So the slope of this line is 3 over 2. Now we find the slope of perpendicular line. Take the negative reciprocal of 3 over 2, then the slope of perpendicular line is m equals to negative reciprocal of 3 over 2, which is negative 2/3. Now we write the slope intercept form of the line y equals to mx plus b. Substitute m equals to negative 2/3. Equation becomes y equals to negative 2 over 3 times x plus b. Let's call this equation number 1. Now we substitute x equals to 1, y equals to 2. The equation becomes y equal to 2 equal to negative 2/3 times 1 plus b. Simplify, you have a 2 equals to negative 2/3 plus b. Move the negative 2/3 to the left side, we have a 2 plus 2/3 equals to b. In order to add, replace the 2 as 6 over 3. So we have 6 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Now we add, b is 8 over 3. Now we substitute b is equal to 8 over 3 in equation number 1. Y equals to negative 2/3 of x plus b to get y equals to negative 2/3 times x plus 8/3, and that's the perpendicular line, equation of perpendicular line.